Right.
So I'm always thinking like, okay, how can I create value for this person?
As a photographer, man, like when you first get started, like how did you go with finding your shoots and like?
Why are you posting so much? You only got like 5 likes. He's like, well, I made 5 people happy.
Yep.
Those 5 likes.
That's what they be saying about NBA players. Like, oh, you getting 500 million, or you should do whatever.
Nah.
Alright, so like, you make that 500 million, you play basketball. They be making it seem like it's, or you getting 500 million, you should just be everything. You should have no problems. Like,
This is why people should watch all the way to the end.
Acapella.
Acapella, we can do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get it.
Have you ever almost lost your life? I could say I almost lost my life. I could breathe, I received my second chance, but now I need advice. How the fuck am I gonna live this right when I can live this twice? I almost met my maker, but I told him, hold on, wait, I need to see Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, Africa, Malaysia. Me by Anastasia, but I'm here on Anastasia.
This is the One Life Podcast, hosted by Todd Lawrence.
Today, we are back with another episode of the One Life Podcast. This is episode 31, and today we have the pleasure of sharing the microphones with another great, determined, self-driven individual. This man has found a way to make his moments, make his money, from filming incredible music videos for his best friend, TheRealZellyZel, and many more. He's a videographer, film director, photographer, wedding filmmaker. You can catch this guy behind the camera almost anywhere for the right price. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my man, DSPMello!
The One Life Podcast.
Yeah, and my man ZellyZel, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know ZellyZel was coming through, you know what I'm saying? But he already had his episode, but he came back to tell his story, and he's with his best friend today. Yeah, welcome the great fellas, the Mario brothers.
If my introduction's not like that from here on out, I don't want it no more, because that was a fire introduction.
I got you, man. Welcome to the One Life Podcast, episode 31. Yeah, and I actually forgot to introduce, because Johnny Goat has showed up once again. You know what I'm saying? He disappeared on me, but he's been behind the cameras producing the One Life Podcast, doing a great job, man. He's in the building with us today as well, so give it up for my co-host, Johnny Unitas, man, a.k.a. Johnny Goat, man.
Glad to be back. Glad to be
thank
here.
you.
The One Life Podcast.
There he's right there. There you go. That's my man. Yeah. Welcome back, fellas. Listen, welcome DSPMello. Welcome to the One Life Podcast, man. Thank you for showing up. We've been trying to get you on the platform, but you booked and busy, man.
Yeah, nah, I'm finally happy I was able, because I be seeing, man, y'all be doing work. Y'all be having some great shows, man. I'm like, yo, the vibe looks tremendous on this show, man. I gotta get a Friday out and I can finally get on. I'm happy I was able to come on finally, so I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yep. And now we're in a different location. We in the backyard with it, so it's more comfortable. We just sat down and had Popeyes fried chicken. Everybody stuffed their faces. Yeah, man, it's the vibe, man. One life, man. One life. Welcome, man. So let's get right into it, man. When did you get started with photography?
Well, photography probably in the summer of. The first camera was summer of 2022, but I didn't touch it for about maybe 5 months because I was just so nervous. It's very nerve-wracking. I get the camera, and I'm like, now what? Because people think it's so easy. It's not easy.
Right.
You got to learn all the ins and outs, the little details I just didn't know.
Right.
So I didn't really start picking it up more until me and him became friends. So when I would go to his shows and support, and then I was like, let me bring my camera, just try to get some shots in, and it would kind of be an ongoing thing where I would just kind of get better each and every time, and I would just send him the stuff that I take.
Right.
But going into the year of 2023, I said, listen, I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna fail, I'm probably gonna fail more than I succeed, but I'm gonna just try and just go at this nonstop.
Right.
And that's kind of how it all started from the very beginning of how it started. Yeah. Wow. So yeah.
How old were you when you started? When you got your first camera, like how did it fall in your hands?
I was 25. 25, and our friend Courtney, because he had so many cameras. So got it off.
Shout
him.
out Court. Shout out Court.
Shout out Court.
Shout out Court. Got it off him, and so and then I was just so afraid to just use it. Now I was like, okay, now what?
Cause and you feel like you were afraid because you didn't know what. It's so many buttons on the camera.
I didn't know what to do because growing up, I was always an athlete. So after high school, I had so many chapters in my life where I was not sure of what I wanted to become. Because people understand it's hard. Like being an athlete, you're 4 or 5 years old, and that's done.
Right.
Like it's no more. Like
right.
you have it's a different type of life you're trying to live afterwards. So I designed clothes for a little bit, but I liked it. I didn't love it. I didn't wake up wanting to do it every day. Then after a while I stopped doing that. Then I would just support my friends. And, with him, people who do work, I would just put them on to people because I knew a lot of people. So I knew if you need this person can help you. This,
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, what really got me to do photography more.
You're right.
I left one of his shows and one of my friends said, Mello, when are you going to start supporting your own dreams and stop supporting somebody else's dream? Whoa. And when
Say that again?
When are you going to start supporting your dream and not somebody else's dream? Wow. And I was like, damn. Like that hit me.
He's like, you like, why I gotta be all that?
Why I gotta be all that?
But you the show, like, damn.
Right. But the thing is, though, I have a lot of respect for this person. So and he always just tells me the truth, like whether I want to hear it or not. And we've argued a lot, but it's out of love, though. He'll argue with me, and I've always known that.
Right.
So when he told me that's when I was like, all right, okay. I got to make the Instagram. I got to put this camera to good use because I know I can become what I want to become. And so ever since then, man, I just been nonstop. But that voice message woke me up.
When are you gonna start supporting your dreams?
Yeah, because I was being scared. I was being too nervous. But the thing is, though, I like supporting people, so I kind of combine both worlds into one.
Yep.
And being able to do both with it.
Yep.
So that voice memo got me going.
So I'm saying, like, when did the camera fall into your hands? And what was your first camera? Yeah.
It was, to be honest, I don't even know what camera it was. It was a Canon. I just know it was a Canon camera because, bro, in the beginning, I didn't even know a lot about cameras in the beginning. I just know I wanted to try it out.
Yeah.
I just know it was a Canon camera, and I just tried to just because, bro, to be honest, like I didn't shoot a whole lot when I first got it. Like I did not know what to do. Like I would go to YouTube University to try to look at things. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, and I would lean towards on my friends because a lot of my friends do video and photography. But it just, a lot of them didn't have the style that I kind of wanted. I wanted, I knew how I wanted my vision to look. Mm-hmm. So I would just try to just look at other people to kind of get a glimpse. Okay, I like that stuff. I don't know if I want to go there. I try to
ideas.
Get some ideas of what I can build off of. But yeah, I got it in June of 2022. But again, I didn't touch it till maybe November 2022.
Right. So I have a question.
Yeah.
You said... So a lot of it was trial and error.
It was trial.
Learning on YouTube and things like that. Given what you know now, because your skills are top tier. If you haven't seen what Mello does, tap in with him at DSPMello.
Yes, sir.
On Instagram. Where else can they find you?
Twitter too. I'll be on Twitter.
Yeah, tell them the other profile too.
Yeah. YouTube?
Oh yeah, I don't. I need to make a YouTube. Okay. I need to make a YouTube.
Every videographer needs a YouTube channel.
I need to make a YouTube.
It's coming.
Channel. It's coming. It's coming.
Look forward 2025.
Yeah. No.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Listen, if I get a voicemail from my boy, I may have to.
I'm gonna start leaving you.
Yeah,
every day. Make the YouTube channel.
Hey, boy, but start.
But a reason why I ask is so looking back, if you were to give yourself advice with that first camera, what would be the game plan to get to where you are now or where you want to be?
Don't care about the results. It would be of what, because my mentality always growing up when I came to basketball and track, because the mentality for videos and what all of us do, opinions matter of how it affects your business. When I did track or sports, it didn't matter because I knew I was going to kick your ass anyway.
Right.
So it didn't matter. You could say I suck, but we both know I don't.
Yeah.
When somebody says that I don't let them like my work, it's going to hit a little more differently.
Right.
Then, so I was afraid of that critique and not being able to damn, they don't like my work. But again, that's fine because people have preferences. So it's not always they may not like it because they don't like it. It just may not be their preference of style. So I had to understand that and kind of get back to that mindset. Like, listen, not everybody gonna like your work. It's fine.
Right.
Just forget that and just move on and just get to it.
Right. And I feel like without that factor being in play, it's kind of hard to figure out what's really for you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Because that factor comes into play and you still go towards it. So that's ultimately, I feel like that's where you know, like, nah, this is my niche right here.
This is my niche.
Because you having fun.
Yeah,
you enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it, and you know, I'm figuring out because like you want to have fun of what you do as well, because you don't want to make it seem like it's work all the time,
right?
And which is why I love doing what I do. Like I generally have fun doing everything I'm doing.
Good time.
You know, we have a great time. Like whether I'm with Q, like every wedding we do, we have a
shout
blast.
out DJ Q.
Shout out DJ Q. Like
yes,
we have a blast. We have a lot of fun. It don't really seem like work. Hell, I don't be seeing Q even DJ because he just be all around making sure everybody good. The energy's always high. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's to find that style and niche it can be challenging, but once you do,
it's a gift.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to find out for sure. Yeah.
So go ahead, Johnny.
Oh no, I had other questions, but I'll let you.
Yeah, all right. You go next. So as a photographer, man, like when you first get started, like how did you go with finding your shoots and like getting people to allow you to work with them and stuff like that? Because you started with ZellyZel, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I started with more Zell Zell was photos too, but like I did Zell for more video in the beginning. But for like other people, that's not him.
Yeah.
Like
how you go about, yeah.
I would just ask them. Like I would just ask them. Like I wouldn't because
hit them up on Instagram and stuff.
Because I knew I couldn't demand no payment. Right? I have no I can't ask for something I have no work to show for it. So I've always just hit people up, be like, hey, anybody that will fit a certain style that I want or like inspiration, I'll just hit them up, man or female, and just ask them. So I would just, and I rarely, like, I never got really declined that much, to be honest, because like people kind of knew that I was taking it pretty seriously. So I never had trouble finding people to figure out a shoot to do or like wanted to work with me. That's never really been a problem. But
yeah.
So, but I've always hit people up on Instagram, and that just kind of work like that, to be honest.
Plug in with them, yep.
Yeah. So that was kind of the easy part, to be honest, because me talking to people that's never been a problem.
Yep.
So it was just a matter of making the work as good. That was the hardest part.
Right. So making your edits look
making the edits
unique,
like getting the person to come. That's easy. Making sure the work comes out good is the hard part, because now, all right, I got you here. You know, I just want to make sure I'm not wasting your time.
Yeah.
I want to make sure the work is good. It's, you know, it's up to your standards and mine.
Right.
So yeah, that's
yeah. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, since we got both of you guys here, I know you guys just went on a trip to Miami.
Yes.
So tell us, what was the game plan? You went to Miami to shoot, make content, or just to connect? What was the deal with that?
Mostly,
he said we was out there bowling,
like
drop top, coupe. I seen the videos.
So what kind of shot?
I seen the stories.
On the finger roll?
Yeah.
What y'all wanted?
Like,
so, don't break the rim.
You know what I'm saying? Let us know. We shooting.
Like mostly it was to shoot his videos that we had in mind. But obviously we wanted to go, it's Miami. You want to have fun. You want to be able to go outside and do all these types of things. But the mindset was how can we tell his story and make it, because we wanted the visuals to match, because obviously Miami's visuals is unmatched. You know, the palm trees, how it looks, the lights, everything looks great in Miami. And the 75 degrees, I might ask, not cold, you know.
Right.
So
no snow in sight.
There ain't no snow in sight, you know. It's good down there. It's good. So, but yeah, that was kind of the main thing. And because it means that we wanted to like get more visuals in other states and travel more with video and try to get a bigger reach. You know, that's we've been talking about that for the last year. Like, how do we kind of, you know, get to a bigger reach of audience? You know, how do we are able to tell a story and people want to tune in? You know, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of that.
100%.
You know, to kind of get people more involved in what we're doing, because, you know, people have a very short, you know, leash of attention to detail on watching on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So how can we get people involved immediately and want to watch what we do? So yeah, it was a great time, Miami, man. We're trying to go back again. You know,
was that y'all first time out there?
No. I've been there a couple times. I don't know about.
Yeah, I went one time. It was fun. Yeah,
it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful.
I went during fucking COVID, so that was fucked up.
Man, that was hard.
Yeah, they was
terrible
curfewing
timing.
at 10. Yeah, man.
That's like the worst time to go.
Because I did go.
And it was my first. I had fun though, but
I went
that
around
curfew
COVID
was
time,
crazy.
Too, but like they said curfew, like the nobles, the generals, the Dollar Tree and all that closed at certain times.
Like 10.
But there
yeah.
was people outside though, like
Still vibing. Yeah,
past the curfew.
Yeah, because
Miami's
well,
different.
now, but now. Exactly, but I'm talking about exactly when the pandemic hit.
But that's why
and
I
then,
was
yeah.
out. I went out.
Oh,
there
that's
when-
what you're saying. Yeah, and they still
And I was
letting
still
y'all-
see people
people was
outside. I
like,
was like,
nah.
all right, they move a
Yeah,
little
like,
different out
bump
here.
that, yeah.
They're like, COVID's not real.
It's not real. It's not
Yeah.
real.
Maybe I went like I was definitely out there during that time. Maybe it was like a little after it was peak.
Yeah.
But like people was definitely like.
I
all right.
probably went after you,
Miami.
like after that time, because when I was out there, yeah, 10 o'clock, the cops came through. Everybody get off the street.
Oh, word?
Yeah, niggas was getting sick. I was gone.
Tom was like,
I was going to the hotel, going home, watching Netflix, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Eating good food. Yeah, they got good food in Miami.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Great food, the Cuban
it's
food,
It's
everything.
expensive, but it's good food
Yeah.
though.
Coño, that's
Hey.
Spanish food.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What part did you go to?
We stayed on Collins. No cap.
Oh, Collins. Yeah, that's where everything is. Fountain Blue. all that
Yep,
good
bro.
stuff.
You ain't lie, bro. Every night I was on that balcony looking outside. I see matching Lamborghini Range Rovers and Rolls Royces passing together. I think one time I seen Lil Baby and his fleet pass
Sure
through.
you did. I wouldn't doubt
Yeah,
it.
but I couldn't see the faces because
It's tinted. No, tinted.
But
don't know what
yeah,
it is.
Collins is busy, and that's where we stayed. And I heard that's where all the like big stars stay in Collins.
Collins, yeah.
That Riverway in Collins. Yeah. So it was a cool experience for the first time.
Yo, tell me
Everything
about-
was hella expensive. You got to go out there with the bag.
With a bag.
Yeah.
The valet thing when they was asking if we was famous. and
Oh
with the
yeah.
valet-
So
with the valet
listen,
guy.
yo, TJ, let me tell you this, bro. So I obviously like I have a decent sized camera, so I we get attention regardless, just because of how the camera is.
Yeah.
But when him and KJ were both about 6'1", 6'2", hair out, they all dressed,
Dressed, yep.
good, like to the nine. So there was this dude. He was walking with valet, and I could see him looking at KJ and Zell. And I can hear him saying, "Hey, are they famous?"
Let me get a picture.
Like, so, but here,
We on the come up.
They walking with
but
aura, bro.
listen, it would make it funny though. So as he's walking with the valet, and the dude asked him twice, "Hey, are they famous?" It's a valet. All right, here's your keys. Have a good day. Like he just ignored it.
That is like, bro, it's Miami. Bro.
Yo, it's Miami. I see it all the time, bro.
Take your keys.
I see it all the
Yeah.
time, but
Yeah.
seeing that in real life, I was like, yo. He was a black dude, so he didn't give a damn. He like, bro, listen.
Right.
At the end of the day, he's a nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
What
Like,
was that over there?
he a kid.
So you might have seen Lil Baby. I'm sure they see people all the time.
All the
They
time,
don't
yeah.
care.
Yo,
It's
they're not,
like
man.
it is what it is, and I'm sure Beyonce gonna walk right by like, all right, she was here last week.
Yeah,
Whatever.
now you probably see her boat. You would not see her walking on the street.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Oh, that's Beyonce.
Well, did you see that
Look at
video
Jay-Z.
where somebody saw Jay-Z in France and they didn't know who he was?
No, hell no. Because he got them dreads, man.
And they was like,
Jay-Z
who are
cut them
you?
dreads,
And
man.
he's like, who are you?
Cut them dreads. Yeah, because he walking around looking like Bob Marley, Damian Marley and shit right now.
I mean, listen, I don't
It
tell-
teach his own. You know, he's showing he got healthy hair still.
Yeah, he does.
I guess, you know, being with
I mean-
Beyonce, he don't show no stress.
Nah.
I don't know if it's real or fake, but ain't no gray hairs anywhere on his head. You
I
know
don't know
what
if
I'm
you can
saying?
be a billionaire without stress, but I know you can be a billionaire who pays for whatever you want. So,
That's-
I mean, that could be his hair. I don't know.
I think you could probably be a billionaire without stress, because if you make your billions and you made your money and you love what you're doing, you're working, and you just keep working and keep making your money and you're enjoying your life, why not be happy? It's
When
only
you're a
when,
billionaire, you're
but I
not-
feel like it's only when you try to like just step out the box.
I think you can. I think you have the opportunity to have less stress at some point, but in order to be a billionaire, it's not just your livelihood. You know what I mean? You are the source of income for like an army of people. You know what I mean? Like, think about this. Like, it's not just Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's their multi-generational setup they have. It's all of the security. It's all of the drivers. It's all of the people that manage their social media. They are responsible
Exactly.
for
Like you
all
said.
of that. So even if you don't immediately think about the needs of all those people, your actions directly impact other people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
So it's
I-
almost like being a modern day king.
No.
Like,
yeah, I'm telling you though.
it can be very stressful.
I think maybe you got to deal with the challenges every day, right? Excuse me. But I feel like some people, it's all about your perception on what you're perceiving, how you're looking at the world at that point of you being a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got to challenge. It's challenging. You got to, oh, fuck, I got to work. I got to do this, help this. But if you're having fun and you're strategizing to the right way, you could find a place of peace and not be stressed. I feel like.
Yeah. I don't even know why we're acting like we know. Both of us are very far from $1 billion.
Don't worry, One Life Podcast. We about to go up, man.
Billionaires. I don't know no billionaires.
K Hart, man, I see you. You not stressed.
I do feel like
man.
Jay had a good simulation in New York.
Jay-Z don't got no gray hair.
Growing up in New York and doing what he did,
yes,
to come up was a good simulation for
he
how
was
like
running
it was going to be
business
with the rest of the world. Type
yes,
because New York has so many people he had to deal with already.
Yes,
yeah, a lot of people.
So if anybody, there's some people that might be just more built for it. That could grow some locks and it not be receding. And maybe Jay just more. He was just the way he came up. I mean, he shot his brother when he was like 11 years. He was
he shot his brother.
Yeah.
Somebody said you can't be a normal person and be a billionaire, and I was like, I think you might be right. You have to because if it was that easy, there would be more.
There would be more, yeah.
You have to be a special type of person.
That's what they be saying about NBA players. Like, oh, you getting $500 million, or you should do whatever.
Nah.
So like, you make that $500 million, you play basketball. They be making it seem like it's, oh, you getting $500 million, you should just be everything. You should have no problems. Type shit.
Right.
But why not? Why aren't you in that position?
Right.
Because obviously it takes a certain kind of pedigree and a certain kind of like life experiences to get to that point.
Right.
So like, word.
And it's a combination between opportunity, like being ready for the opportunity and the opportunity crossing your way. There's some people that had the talent, never got the opportunity. Some people got the opportunity and couldn't show up to the occasion.
Show up for it, yeah.
So it's like, that's why it's so important.
I could tell you literally the amount of people who are so much better than me with a camera. But when the opportunity comes, they just back away from it. Like me, knowing I'm not the level I want to be, I was gonna take that. Like, I'm ready mentally for the opportunity. So I'm ready for it. So, but yeah, man, like, what's the quote saying? Like, something meets opportunity. I think practice meets opportunity, something like that.
Yes.
Preparation meets opportunity.
Yep.
And
said something about that.
Yeah, something like that. And man, there's so many people that I feel like are so much better than me with a camera, but they just aren't mentally ready to do something with it.
Absolutely.
So I understand that. For sure.
Takes time.
Yeah.
And like Wallow said, there's no time on success.
That's the guy.
There isn't.
That's what he said, Yeah. There's no, depending on what you're doing. Because if you boxing and you 35 and you rapping and you 37 and you still don't got no motion and you not getting no type of even small checks, switch up the career path.
You gotta make adjustments.
There you go, yeah.
You gotta make adjustments. That's the problem. I think a lot of people don't know how to make adjustments.
Right.
A lot of people get comfortable. And you gotta continue to be uncomfortable until you get to where you need to be. Because who is it? Jelly Roll? Got like best new artist last year. And isn't he like 39, 40?
Yeah.
He been making music for a long time.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's like best new artist at 39.
Yep.
Because now he got motion. You know what I mean? So, but that reminds me. Speaking of
his character's coming out, like he is developing. Let your future evolve.
I mean, I think that goes back to what before the pod we were talking about consistency. Mello was talking about the consistency, and he's been consistent. There's a lot of people that are famous actors now, right? But they didn't get famous until they were already like 40, 45.
Samuel L. Jackson
had roles. Lawrence Fishburne, another one, had roles, but they didn't have their breakout roles. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Dude who played, what's his name?
Terry Crews, another one too.
Terry Crews. Yeah, he had a whole football career.
Yeah, he was playing.
But it wasn't until like, I think.
The Training Day.
And in Training Day.
He didn't get paid for Training Day.
He wasn't supposed to have lines.
No.
They gave him lines that day, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's wild. But you know what? Speaking of time, right? And putting time in.
It's the different moments, appreciating all your moments.
Today is January 31st when we're shooting this. It's about to be February. Our first.
Black History.
Yeah, February tomorrow.
3-1.
So, the first episode that I got a chance to shoot with Todd was almost exactly a year ago. And then I think the week after that, we shot your episode.
I was definitely one of the first.
You were episode 4.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is how much stuff has happened in this 1 year.
I was just telling him that
for all
before
of us.
Y'all even came, man.
Yeah.
For the podcast, for you, Mello, for you, Zell. But I think Zell has had the year of all years.
Yeah, I would say so.
So let's talk about your year.
More than y'all know.
From January to January, 2024 was crazy.
Find a way to use it. I think life is so amusing. The only way I get through it is making beautiful music.
Let's talk about what were the biggest events for you, Zell? In case they didn't know.
The car accident was one of them.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Before you even get to that, it was a lot. Like, I was going through a transition with my business.
And shout out your business. What's your business?
Well, so I was working with Rebellious, which I did mention when we did the first podcast. But yeah, like that was my music business who I was like working with. Shout out Amber from Rebellious. Like we was working together. But our journeys took a different
G Unit.
Yeah.
No, but we all success. We started together,
sure.
and then we started
and then sometimes
doing
like,
your own things. You branch out.
Yeah, you just grow in different ways type shit. So that was a whole transition within itself. Then we went to this fashion show in February last year. That was like the president. That set the precedent for the year. And like honestly, I think I set the precedent for the next 5 years for me and Mello. Because we went, bro. We some boys from the Poconos, you know what I'm saying, for real. So like we got a lot. He was coming to my shows during 2021 through 2023. I was active. Like, yo, whatever shows, paid or non-paid, I'm just with it. I'm at the spot type shit. So we did a lot. You know, I met a lot of people through that. And I was like, okay, this is going well. Okay, cool. But we went to that fashion show in February. Right. We was like, that was in New York at the very end of Fashion Week.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was the New York Influencers Fashion Show, something like that. And there was people that had 500 million followers on Instagram, 10K,
in
20K.
attendance. Yeah,
and it was like, we was in a room. It was like, yo, back home, we love back home. That's where we from. But we ain't never gonna find a venue that got this type of people in the type of people, in the room at one time that could potentially like change our lives. You know what I'm saying? And you, like, I'm not being dramatic with that. Like, these are people that you meet, and then that could be your friend for the rest of the year. That could totally change your life for the next 5 years, 20 years, whatever.
Yep.
So when we went, that was an eye opener for us. It was like, damn, we gotta be in more rooms like this.
Yeah.
And if they're not in the area we're staying at,
We gotta be where they are.
we gotta shoot in Miami.
Get in the car and go.
We gotta
Book
go
the
to
flight
Newark.
and go. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Deja too. Shit, we've been linking with Deja.
I've seen
lately.
those clips too. Those is fire.
Me and a lot of people. We gonna be with Deja tomorrow in Jersey in Palisades Park.
Lit.
And
What
we gonna
y'all
be
got
with
going
Deja.
on?
She got a show going on.
Okay.
But
Shout out Deja, man.
shout out Deja.
Shout out Deja.
Curly Jen's gonna be in the building. Justin Love. I don't know if y'all heard of Justin Love, but
I ain't hear Justin Love yet, but shout out Justin Love.
songwriting, Grammy, like, kind of dude. Like, so there's gonna be a lot of like big wigs. Bigger wigs than we're used to, accustomed to. So like, we gonna come and just show support and definitely be ready just to network.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, be in the right room.
Yep.
Enjoy the moment and just like be present, be ourselves in the right location. Because I think being yourself is very important, and finding who you are is important. But just as important as that is being in the right spot.
Yeah.
So we trying to combine that. So February was a good wake up call for us to realize, like, all right, we got to be in the right locations. That's gonna help us like accelerate a lot.
When y'all went to the fashion show.
Yeah, went to the fashion show in New York. Yeah. We met a bunch of people. We met Divine Lotus. We
Right.
brought out to Music Festival.
Yeah.
She's fire.
And hell, Deja was there too.
Yeah, Deja. Yeah, we met Deja at the fashion
Yeah,
show.
Deja was there too. That's the first time I've seen her.
Yup.
Okay.
But it was crazy. I wasn't gonna go until he convinced me to go.
And why not? Why you?
Cause I just had bookings the last couple of days, and I was like, man, I'm tired. And usually I'm the one that's always on go.
Right.
I'm ready, but I don't know why. It was Tuesday. It was like
You was
Bro,
working
it
a
was
lot.
Tuesday.
Yeah. You was
It
trying to
was a
relax
lot.
for a
Yeah.
second.
So at that time, right? So like, I'm not gonna go into detail, but I was going through a lot of drama at that time.
Right.
With women.
Yeah.
that's an understatement.
Zelly on this Usher out here, man. Billie Jean's not my mom.
Perfect song to pick right there.
Yeah, man.
It was a lot going on, but that was the moment that me and him drew a lot. That's when I really like locked in closer, because he was there for me. He was like, yo, I see you got You having a hell of a week, my boy.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. If you need to stay in my crib, you need something to eat, bro, I got you.
Right.
So we just was kind of like, I was kind of pulling up to wherever he had to go. Cause I'm like, yo, as long as I'm not in the house by myself, I'm cool. But we was like, all right, we tired. And he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this thing today, but this is some show I got like, invited to work with. And he showed me the flyer and I looked at the flyer, I was like, I was like, oh, I know that DJ. I was like, oh shit. Somebody introduced it to him like a couple years ago. I was like, oh, all right, let me look at the people who's like on the flyer itself. And I'm like, yo, this got 100K followers. I'm like, yo, this kind of lit. I don't know. If you with it, I think we should go type shit. Yeah. So
don't miss the opportunities, yeah.
Yeah, and we went, and I will still say that was the best decision we made the entire year.
For sure. Because it's leaking over into this year still.
Amen.
I mean, the opportunities, the people we met. It's still
the bridges.
Yeah.
They strong, yeah.
And because now, again, I did not know what we was walking into. Because I mostly went.
Shout out DJ Trace, though. That's who I saw on the flyer that I know.
Shout out DJ Trace.
I mostly went because of this designer I've been working for the last 3 years. Larry. His name's Larry.
Shout out Larry too.
Larry Hoover.
Larry, and he's
what's his last name? I know he's not Larry.
I don't know his last name, but I know.
Shout out Larry, man.
I know his brand name is called June 8th.
Shout out June 8th.
June 8th. That's his brand name, and he's very, very cool. So that's the main reason why I kind of pushed forward to it. Bazell talked me into it. We went there, man. It was 10 times more than what I would say 20 times more. I did not expect it to be that big.
Yeah,
that many people.
And what event was that again?
It was a fashion show.
Yeah,
it was the Influencer Fashion Show.
Influencers Fashion Show 2024.
Yep. So when I tell you there was
ran by a shot manager in Cali.
Yeah, that was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And it was for New York. It was kind of on time.
Yeah.
Like they did everything pretty thoroughly, which I was very impressed by.
Right, yeah, the city don't sleep. They on go.
So
24.
And me, because now Zell wasn't even performing at that thing, but he was moving like he was somebody up in there.
Yeah, so y'all just went to be in the atmosphere.
Well, he actually was working.
Yeah, I actually got paid.
Oh, so they hit you up for the opportunity, and you was gonna lay back, and Zell was like, "Yeah, let's go." That's teamwork right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's a great friend, best friend.
100%.
Yeah, he's supposed to
100%.
motivate you, and that's
natural.
Yeah, I needed to be there. Yeah,
it wasn't even like we don't have no paperwork, contracts. It was like, all right, this is what you do for me. This is what I do for you. It's just all been natural. Yeah. So that was another instance of just like, okay, let's put our brains together. It's like, all right, fuck it, let's see how it goes. I don't know. Worst comes to worst, we just could ride back at home. Like, all right, like doing that shit again.
It's the experience.
Yes, we just really be going for the experience because we on the same page as far as like we want to go beyond our area. Right. So when we did that shit, it was like,
it was amazing. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. But what really hit was because a lot of videographers and photographers, they want to be the first ones to drop the photos or the videos and stuff like that. So we get back like 4 a.m. I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, on go.
I'm not sleeping.
On go,
I'm not.
That's that shit right there. That's the time you need to be on, bro. Sleeping. As a photographer, we
got back at like 3 or 4 a.m. Mm-hmm. We was still up. Mm-hmm. He's up, just like, hi. I gotta send it to this. I gotta send it to this.
Plugging in.
I gotta send it to this model because, like, bro,
he was on it.
There's no reason for them to really know me because there was other videographers and photographers there. So what I can do is get them as fast as I can, like their product,
but with the best quality as possible, though.
Yep.
Right. So like that's what I'm thinking because like you made a good point because like I never walk into somebody like, oh, I'm DSP. Y'all don't know who the hell I am.
Right.
So I gotta make you feel like, oh, wait, that's that. Yeah,
hungry.
him.
You do some shit today.
Hungry. Yeah. So
a big event, you want to see that the next day. You want to show the world that the next day.
Right.
A lot of times you shoot it, whatever, it's gonna come out a couple. Like you gotta like work it out. It's gonna be like 2 days, a week later, whatever. But he's like, nah, they need it the next day.
They need the next day. Like literally the day of. Like I posted it in about 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Yep. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm editing for like maybe like 3 to 4 hours. Right. Things that might take 3 or 4 days. I'm doing it 3 to 4 hours because
DSP.
Because me at the core of me, bro, I'm very competitive. Like I support people to the fullest extent.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
100%. You always drop in on the lights people every day.
Especially if it's my boys. Like I never compete with my boys ever in life. Nah, because if you succeed, I succeed.
That's right.
But if it's other people that I don't know.
Like he said, it's time to Saquon Barkley.
It's time to say because Barkley, this dude, like, listen, I'm getting my thing out first, homie.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I posted it, the amount of models and people that was hitting me was like, yo, did you get me? It was like, yo, did you get me? Because a lot of these shows, believe it or not, a lot of models do not get any photos and videos back. Right. A lot of them do not.
And they want it for their
They want it for their portfolio.
They're asking people, it'd be like, all right, I got you, and they'll never get it.
They never get it back. So at some points I do feel bad for people who put all that work in, take time out their day, put makeup on, dudes who come in, walk down the thing and don't get no work. Like they don't get no photos,
just exposure.
Just exposure. Well, they want to get exposed with their own brand. Like they want to get photos and videos. Right. So me, like, I didn't charge any of them because I already got paid for the designer. So, but I didn't charge any of them, even though like it was a lot of work. But at the same time, I'm not nobody there. I'm still nobody there. So I want to make sure, like, okay, this one's on the house as far as getting anybody their work. But the next time, make it a little different because now you know how
get them to like it.
Yeah, getting proof of concept. That's a perfect.
You make such a really good point for business sense in general there, because you're not thinking, how do these people benefit me? Right. You're thinking, how can I service them? And having that mindset allows you to do work in a way that brings you more.
100%. 100%. Because you have to do free work to get paid work, I believe. Like, because you can't always think like, how do I get paid? Because if you always have that, well, at least for me, I think in my world, because I never think that, I have value. I never go, because I'm always thinking I can be replaced. I'm always thinking that. Right. So I'm always thinking like, okay, how can I create value for this person, for this person, for this person? So they'll know, DSP's too good. Like, nah, we can't get rid of him. Yeah. So I've always had that mindset. I never go in complacent thinking that, like, do I believe I'm good? Of course. But I never, I never go in thinking I can be replaced. I never have that mindset, bro. Because once you have that mindset, bro, you get replaced. Because then you start being lackadaisical. You don't be as hungry. It's like, no, like I know I'm good, but I'm also very hungry to get more out of it. So, but yeah, the proof of concept, that's a perfect word to use for it. Like, how do I create value for other people so how they can, I bet we got to book him. But yeah, I remember that night, man, I was tired, but it was worth it though.
He was locked in, man.
Worth it.
Like I'm watching him and I'm like, he's a photographer and videographer, but I was really there to networking. So I'm like, damn, okay, let me send the phones shit I took on my phone. I'm like, let me send that out too. Let me just tell him. You don't have nothing like you at least you got some phone clips from my phone.
Yeah, some phone clip. But
now you know who I am.
A lot of them don't even get that too. They don't even get that.
Responded really well to that. So I was like, that was an example of like, even if you don't have a role per se, you can still show up to a venue with the right mindset and be like, I'm gonna know somebody. I'm gonna get to know somebody. Yeah. You carry that aura and then you connect with them. Yeah. It could go somewhere even though you had nothing planned per se.
I think you guys make such a good point. Like doing that in February and then going to Miami and doing what you did, was last week, the week before?
Yeah,
like
a couple weeks ago.
I think that's the right mindset. Just put yourself in the places where you expect to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw an interview.
Where I deserve to be.
Where you deserve to be.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with Zendaya, and somebody asked her, how did you transition from Disney star, where often you play a child, and then you go to the Marvel movies in Spider-Man, and you're still playing a high schooler, even though you're in your 20s, to doing movies like Challengers or like,
Euphoria or something like that.
Yeah, like how do you, but even then, she's still playing a high schooler.
Yeah, that's very true.
You're like, how do you become an adult in this industry? She said, I started going places I had no business being.
That's really what it be.
And she's like, I just went there and was like, they're like, you're here? She's like, yeah. And she's like, and then I would look fly. So, which is exactly what I know you be doing too. So it's like, she knew what she wanted. You know what you want. You know where you want to be. And it's like, okay, how do I get there? How do I make this happen? Do I have to do this? And a lot of times people won't make the sacrifices. They might be like, well, I already did the work this week. I don't feel like driving to New York and driving back. Yeah. Oh, well, I just got off my day job. I've been working 10 hours. I don't want to have to do this or that and the other. I don't want to have to shoot the podcast. I don't care. I don't know if y'all know. Todd has been working overtime this week. I'm not going to spill all the beans. He gonna share that on his own time. But Todd has been working
The One Life Podcast.
to make this pod happen, bro. And I just
Johnny Goat, man.
Third interview today, by the way. This is the third interview today. We gotta give shout out to Todd, bro.
And this is the grand finale interview right here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the other great, talented guests that have been on the One Life podcast, man. Keep doing great stuff, and we're gonna keep going to the top together, side by side, man. It's not a race, you know what I'm saying? Just keep trace of your own shit. You know? Listen, we got the rap. Yes, sir. When you're in the studio, I'ma just come through and hang out.
You got it. Anytime you want, my boy.
I might get on there one time.
It's crazy because to speak on that for a second,
Yeah.
I'm like, they asked, well, last year I was like, yo, like, whenever y'all ready, because I know you got to run through a cycle of the season.
Right.
But I would like to come again. I love the vibe. Right. But after the accident, we're going to touch on that at some point.
Get into it, yeah.
Let's talk about it now.
After well, real quick, though, after the accident, it was like, yo, my boy John been hit me up like, yo, like, when you want you to come on the pod to tell your story, like, whenever you're ready. And I'm like, I do want to tell the story for sure, but I want to wait for the right time. Right. Because, like, this is not some shit that happens on the regular.
Right.
So I'm trying to, like, gauge it, like, I don't know if it's ready yet, whatever. But y'all been so adamant that when Mello hit me up yesterday, like, yo, like, they want us on the pod again. And I just dropped a couple things of content to show, like, what I've been going through.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm starting to post a little bit.
At TheRealZellyZel on Instagram, man.
At TheRealZellyZel
Go tap
Instagram.
into
Follow
the journey.
me. On all the platforms, too. TheRealZellyZel, you can find me. But I'm like, all right, Mello, you gonna pull up? I'm like, fuck. I've been sitting out for a long time. If you going, I'm going.
There
Fuck
you
it
go.
type shit. So, like, y'all consistency, which is like what we touched on before, too, is like, y'all consistency, and I'm like, I know this is going out, and I know y'all going to promote it with love and shit. It's like,
yeah, hell yeah. And listen, like you said, man, it's something special going on. You know what I'm saying? With every one of us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We all got a great story to tell. Yeah. And right now, you have been, God has blessed you with more life and just more to give to your peoples. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Yeah.
All right, so we want.
Let's talk about it.
Right, so handle your business.
So last year, we went to the fashion show, and then like beyond that, we did like I was just more on go. Like I was ready, just to be in the moment and be like, all right, let's do that. You think this is a good idea? All right, let's fuck it. Let's do it. Let's post as much as we can. Mm-hmm. And then we went to Music Fest. We had Music Fest.
Oh shit, I don't know. Maybe we'll find a goal. Get us a piece of land and build it with us some bone. Pass it out to the masses, imagine it out the dome. Yeah. Put it into action, get action, put out the road. Go, black, brown, all gold, all you, all go. I know all gold for sure. Yeah, for sure. Now tell me, can I have it like
slow motion? If you go right with me, you won't show emotion when you take it out.
Ella was like, yo, it'd be dope if you bring out one of the artists we met from the fashion show. Mm-hmm. So we reached out to Deja. At that time, it was a little hard to get in communication with. She didn't know us like that yet. Mm-hmm. And we reached out to Divine as well, because they were both dope artists that we could we wanted to bring out.
Right.
And Divine was like more like, we knew her a little bit better. We had a mutual friend with her that with somebody who's from back home. Shout out Chelsea.
Yeah, she used to dance with them, back in the day. So
we hopped on FaceTime. I was like, all right, yo, like, what you think about coming up? Music, first of all, Music Fest is a fucking big deal.
And that's out in Allentown, Bethlehem?
In Bethlehem.
Okay.
Yeah, by the Steel Stacks. Music Fest is like, it's the biggest free music festival in the United States. Mm-hmm. Like, you could Google
Real talk,
that.
it's the biggest free music festival in the United States. See, I was supposed to come with Johnny, but I think I had a show or something was going on where I couldn't just go because I was going to go. But like, I've never been to Music Fest yet. I got to go. Like,
you got to go.
Next year you're going to perform again, or this year I'll be there.
Listen, let me tell you something. This year we got some special for y'all. This year, let me tell you that right now.
I'll be there in attendance for sure, 100%. Yeah,
for sure. So
because they did you dirty last year.
Oh man.
Well, I think they did whatever they had to as far as, because it rained the whole week. Music Fest is only a week, and it rained a lot. So they had to move people. I had a great spot Saturday night. I think it was like 10 o'clock, something like that. But 10 or 11 or something like that. Boy, it was like, Saturday night, people are gonna be, and it was good weather. It's first week of August. People are gonna be out there, but yeah, like the night before, they told me like, we're gonna have to cut your set short like 30 minutes.
At the end,
The night before.
Well, first it was 20. When we got there, it was 30.
Right.
how long was it supposed to be?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be an hour. So I'm rehearsing. I'm a rehearsal type of artist.
Yes.
We're rehearsing. He's helping me like, all right, I'm in a new space where like I'm doing everything myself. But he's there like, yo, all right, yo, we need to get some rehearsal going. Like,
Yeah, the
how
Mario
can I help
brothers.
you type of thing.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi, literally. But yeah, it's close
for
to
real.
green. You got the red Mario.
Right.
Over there.
I'm losing
It's
lives
close.
over here.
Yeah. Let's
go.
He's like, all right, I'm good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, I'm good to go. Like, yo, this is what I think we should do. Like, all right, this is my suggestion. Like, all right, bet. I'm like, all right, cool. You just gave me a couple more lives. All right, let's go. Let's get to it. So we've been preparing for an hour-long show, like, but a good one. So they hit me the day before, then not even the night before, not even 24 hours before, a little less than that. And it was like, yo, we're gonna have to cut your set 20 minutes because we have to move this around, this around. I'm like, damn.
He was way more calm than I was.
Yeah, he was like,
I
they
was-
can't do that.
I was heated.
Devastated, yeah.
I was heated. I'm like, bro, because we're at DJ Izzy's house for like 3-4 straight days, practicing,
Shout
going
out
over
Izzy
things.
Is my boy Izzy
Like,
is.
Shout out
We gotta
DJ
get him on the
Izzy
pod.
is. Yeah.
We gotta get him.
I had
on
DJ
live.
Q.
Shout out DJ Q.
Whenever
Like
he's
DJ
ready
Q,
to come
Q
through.
Entertainment, you know?
Q
Like,
Entertainment.
I'm there freaking out. I'm like, not freaking out. I'm like just pissed because like we put in work. And I'm like, okay, how do we get all this artists? Like, how do we get everything cut short by 20 minutes? Yeah. But the next day, I was still mad as hell, but I had a cool call. I'm like, hey, it's what it is. Just got to go ahead and do what we got to do.
Put it on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Now, the next day, like, the rehearsal went very great.
Yo, the rehearsal was lit. We put up to the rehearsal. The dancers, we waiting for, shout out Maximilian too. He provided us rehearsal space, but he wasn't there yet. And we had people, the dancers and all that was waiting in the parking lot. They playing music like Afro beats in the car.
Yeah.
Yo, you have dancers friends? Bro, they dance everywhere.
Everywhere.
He said
Yo.
dancing friends.
It's literally like a musical. It's like, what are you doing? I'm there. Getting my moves in.
Yeah, you talking about the chicks, like women though,
Men
right?
and women.
Yeah, I know them dudes. Yeah, it depends. My opinion on dancing, you know what I'm saying? Unless you Chris Brown or Michael Jackson and shit like that, you know, once you get past 35, I'm gonna say this 35 shit again.
Oh, yeah, they
yeah,
young
man.
boys,
Don't
yeah.
listen. Your bones become like your joints is fragile now. You know what I mean? You out here talking. Like, bro, just chill out.
Yeah,
man.
that was
But
like-
to each his own. If you like to dance, dance until you die, man.
Bro,
but
they danced at the Waffle House parking lot at 10 in the morning.
grown man dancing.
10 in the morning.
Women, you could dance. It's women dance. You know, everything. You dance, Johnny?
I like to dance.
I dance like this. Like, I just be.
It's
I
a
like to
two-step.
dance.
It's a two-step. It's a two-step.
Yeah,
joint.
that's it.
It's a
Yeah, I'm
two-step
a-
joint.
soul with this.
Hold on. You
I'm
can
not-
dance. Don't downplay. You can dance. I see
could.
you have some moves, bro.
Motherfucker be
could,
dancing
but
like he just ate a fun dip, like a bunch of sugar in his body.
I'm a rapper
No,
now, so
diddy.
I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it calm.
Y'all gotta go.
I
Y'all gotta
can't
go to
really,
one of
like-
Zell's shows.
Well,
you need to go
like,
to his show
you
and
got
see
the
what he
Prince,
doing.
you got them MJ like rock star, so you can move. You,
Prince was wild though.
yeah, no, not for real.
You love Prince. When you see his retro videos, like, nah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
not
I
me.
didn't peep that. Yeah, I didn't
The
peep that.
afro and the end, yeah, I might pop out with some whatever this is, Gator, whatever, like some shit, some different
Yeah.
print. But as far as what he was moving with,
Yeah,
I don't know.
a whole different character.
Different,
but I'm
yeah.
saying when it comes to like grooving and moving, you know
love
what I'm
to
saying?
move, yeah.
You got to move. James Brown, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like
If I was like, I feel like if I wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
I could have been a dancer. That's how I really feel like in my bones. So when I see a dancer, that's why I love to perform with dancers because
Right.
like I want to see that
gets you that energy.
and I know the people want to see that. Yeah, it gives me life type
It's part of the
shit.
show.
Type shit. Where I'll be like, damn, I kind of want to sit back for a little bit and watch y'all for a second. But
yeah.
yeah, they was dancing in the parking lot. It was like, yo, if you were there, bro, it'd be like, yo, this shit is. It's not something you see in this area in the Poconos. You're not seeing people just hop out the car.
They had it turned up.
Dance, yeah. It looked like, yo, people driving by, like stopping, like,
What is that?
who are they? Like,
What's going on?
And it's not by Music Fest. This is on like by the rehearsal ground, so it just looked like a whole event by itself. But like, we did rehearsal. I'm letting everybody know what they told me. I'm like, we're gonna have to cut some things short. We can't drag it out like we had wanted to, but it is what it is. Then we pull up to the show itself. Then they're like, all right, we're gonna have to cut it some more. By like 10 more minutes. I'm like, you want me to cut an hour set into 30 minutes? Okay.
Now you got to make these adjustments.
I'm trying to just stay level headed as possible.
Yeah.
I'm not putting my emotions in it. I'm just like, all right, what do I do?
I'm here now, yeah.
To compensate, yeah. Because I don't have the final say. I'm not Beyonce. I'm not gonna be like, well, I'll never come back. No, I need to come back.
Not yet. You on your way up?
Yeah, I'm on my way up. So how do I work?
Respect the game, right? Yeah.
While still telling everybody what's going on. So we figured it out. I'm like figuring out, okay, what I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut this after this song. I'm gonna cut that. If this person doesn't show up, we're gonna cut his thing, whatever. Like I'm just navigating. Right. And we got to the show, bro. Once they let us go.
But before we even get there, everybody was coming up to us saying, when are we gonna start?
Yeah, they was like, yo, when are y'all gonna start? Because y'all look like, who are y'all?
Yo, because
y'all look good.
We could look like some money.
Just in the zone.
We just look like we was somebody. Yep. Like mad people started coming up to him. Yes. Like there were people come up to him to take a picture of him just because how he looked.
Yep. The aura, man.
People were just there. And they were like, are you part of the show too? Like, you're wearing this color.
You're wearing this. It was people.
The aura was there.
Like people just felt
from rehearsal.
Yeah.
So it's nighttime now. The aura is like, all right, we done triple that. Yeah. By this time. Mm-hmm. So they could peep that.
It was the last show. And you had everybody who was there all piled in and was vibing. Like Zell was on stage and there was this moment because I was there. I remember being in the audience.
Matter of fact, most importantly, y'all should give it up for yourselves. Y'all look good. Y'all look great. We outside. Everybody say we outside. We outside. Yes, sir. So I need to do some crowd engagement too,
and I could feel the audience like you pulled them in.
They wanted
it was like you pulled them in and they were just locked on you. Yeah. And it was like I put my phone away. I was looking at people. I didn't want to be like one of them phone people. I hate being a phone person at a concert. For sure. I'll take a couple pictures.
I relate. Yeah.
And I think I took a clip of video of you because it was like, this is my boy. Yeah. But after that I was like, I'm singing the lyrics with you. You know what I mean? I'm in the audience, and you gave us a shout out.
I did?
Yeah, because you was talking about, you had a moment where you paused and you started talking to the audience about like, I don't care what you're doing, but whatever you're doing,
You did
giving them that inspiration.
And then you looked right at me, you said, when you got a podcast?
Give me that.
I did.
Don't leave them hanging, bro.
One life, baby.
One life, baby.
And because you fed the audience that energy, they fed it back. And the whole venue was moving with you. And then what I really, really appreciated about it was, even though you had to cut it short, and you had all these other people that you wanted to showcase, and you stepped aside so that you could do that. And you let the dancers shine, and you let Divine Lotus shine, and everybody got their shine. And I was like, this is why Zell people gravitate to you. Because it's not just about you. Right. You create light. But you let your light shine on everybody else around you.
Yeah, you definitely do, 100%.
That's awesome, man.
Like last episode when you brought your mans through.
Black. My boy, Black.
Black showed
I
up
almost felt wrong for not bringing him this time.
I know. We'll have to get him next time. That's it.
But yeah, he was there. He pulled up.
And we was worried he wasn't going to be there because he wasn't there for a minute.
Yeah, he was one of them.
He
got about 5 minutes.
He got 5 minutes, boy. Yeah.
They cut my time, I'm going to have to cut his time. But he pulled up right in time.
Facts.
But for sure, like, it was like, this is definitely a team effort. Like, I was an athlete my whole life too. So I know how it is to be in the locker room and feel that camaraderie. So I take that into my music. It's like, I know it's like the better the team is, the better I am.
Yeah.
So let's do it like as a team type shit. And they were screaming encore at the end. When we had this break,
they started trying to close up the stage on him, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was.
We didn't even get to the most like
parts,
energetic songs. We had a surprise for everybody, but they was like, "Yo, we gotta cut your set." I'm like, really?
But you left an impact, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they was like encore. I'm mad we didn't get that on camera, but they was like encore, and I had to break the news to them. But it was like, yo, that was a moment. It was like that was the first time I was without my music part. I was without my business partner, my rebellious business partner at Music Fest, and that was like led by me. So that was like a big moment for me, type shit. Mm-hmm. And then 5 days later, bro, my whole year took another shift, bro. Mm-hmm. And I almost lost my life to a car accident.
Yeah.
Near fatal.
Right.
And the funny thing, it was like, all right, that week happened and I got a whole work. I'm like, okay, I got a show tomorrow. Let me pull up to my sister's crib who's closer to the event. Her son is at my house. Okay, she wants me to bring him with me. I bet. I left like late that night, get to her crib. And then next thing you know, like 3 days later, I wake up in the hospital. And they're like, yeah, your jaw's wired. It's like, yeah, you were on your way to Mel's house. That's my sister. Shout out Melody.
Shout out Mel.
Shout out Melanie, but her artist name is Melody. Yeah, shout out
Melody.
So it was like, yeah, and I didn't know, like, I'm waking up foggy. Like, all I could see, it was like a movie. It was like, I know that I was in the hospital, but I could just see like faint images of just like the hospital ceiling and like
in and out.
Yeah, like you know when you look at a light for too long and it's got like that blurry line, like that's what it was. Like I saw that and I knew I was in a hospital, but I didn't know why. Type shit. So once I fully gained consciousness over the drugs and everything, and I'm back to normal, and people was like, yeah, and Mello was there, and Tyron was there. Shout out Tyron from What's Next. I'm like, everybody's telling me like, yeah, this is what happened. You was on your way to your sister's house, and you had Nasir, which is my nephew, in the backseat, but you hit a tree. I'm like, for real? No, yeah. At this point, my shit is wired shut.
Right, you
so
can't
like,
open your mouth.
I'm just talking like this, yeah, for real. And yeah, people was showing me like, yeah, this is who pulled up. Shout out Nikki G. She was there. She was on the.
Shout out Nikki G.
Is she on
One Life Podcast episode 30.
She's on episode 30. Yeah, she was
last
in the
week
hospital
episode.
too. A lot of people that I care for and I appreciate showed up and show love. And they showed me pictures like, yeah, they pulled up for you and this pulled up to you and this held your hand and said a prayer. And I'm like, I didn't know any of that.
Wow.
But yo, before we get to that, I remember because your sister and your mom texted me like 3-4 in the morning about 3-4 in the morning about what happened. So when they texted me that, I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, I'm telling all of our friends then. Like, so
because you told me.
Yeah, I told
and Johnny told me.
I told everybody that knew
that shit was like a viral moment,
son,
in the town for ZellyZel. Yeah, for real.
It's crazy.
I told
it really was.
Son, because like
but thank God, you know, you hear, you look
beyond a blessing.
God did.
I got to tell people, yeah, I got a scar right here. They be like, oh, I didn't even see the scar.
Yeah.
But but you're gonna see it because it's us, you know. Scars, but
my face every
God
day,
is great, yeah. And
God is wonderful.
You fucking talking, punching the clock, dressing yourself, walking, still styling. You got your hair, everything. You know what I'm saying? That's not a wig, right?
Nope.
That's what the fuck I'm saying, my nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Let's go.
But yo, I want to give a shout out to your mom because she was the one who was like, listen, God got my baby. I'm not worried about it. He gonna be back better than ever. So like, she was the one who kept the faith alive.
Say that even though internally she was just destroyed.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. Man. No doubt. But I think she said it for everybody else to kind of calm down.
Yeah, she really led the calmness for everybody else. It's like, if I'm calm, y'all could be calm.
Yes.
But deep down inside, she was not calm at all.
Yeah, freaking out.
Like to this day, she has her moments where it's like, she would tell me like, I just realized I'm going through my PTSD from the thing. Yeah. I'm sorry I took it out on you.
Yeah.
But I'm having my own things I'm dealing with. Yeah. From like hearing the news and going to the hospital for you and shit. And I'm like, damn. That's tough. Like,
how long did you stay away from the studio? Like how long did it take you to get back in the studio and say I'm still here, like let's get it?
I mean, it definitely I did go to the studio within the time and record stuff. But it was I was uninspired. I ain't like nothing. During those 6 weeks, I was really kind of like,
you had to sip through a straw to eat and everything like that.
Bro, I literally I got relatively like my shit's is not like gapped out like that. I got tight teeth. Mm-hmm. All my wisdoms are in, no problem.
Yeah,
but I ain't got no room for accidents.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like this, and things gotta fit through like this crack in my teeth.
Right. Yeah.
So like even if you blend stuff, it still might not be good enough.
It still hurts.
It has to be super fine. You know what my favorite meal was, bro? During all that shit, that's how crazy it was. My favorite meal was brown sugar cream of wheat.
Okay, yeah.
Because like I
it's
couldn't
smooth.
really.
No Diddy, yeah. It's just no Diddy, yeah.
I was there.
Just like just the way it was sipping through like it's milkshake, like
like it's milkshake. Yeah, like I'm sipping through. Like we blending through. All right, let's be creative today. Let's blend steak with
oh shit.
We gotta get you some vegetables
protein
too.
in your body, yeah.
Yeah, let's get some steak with some squash
steak,
or something. Yeah. And it's like I gotta sip that through the straw. And that's one of the better meals, but it's like, bro, eating steak and drinking steak.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine having to drink no steak. Hell no.
Have you ever like took broth and poured in something and sipped it? You think you would love that? No, that's what it was like for me.
Yeah.
Anything I'm eating that's being blended up, I'm drinking the broth version of that.
Right, yeah.
So for 6 weeks,
Experience is totally different.
I'm sitting at home watching AMP and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know, like let me just tap in. I'm like, I don't have
Streamers.
like, I'm in my crib, like let me just watch the streamers, or whatever. I'm watching mukbangs with them and other people.
They're eating real food.
I'm watching like chefs cook up food. I'm like, I gotta
seeing
start
your
cooking.
future.
I gotta start
can't
cooking
wait
more.
till
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
ill.
wait.
Yeah, it's lit.
Bro, it was crazy. I'm like, yo, imagine if I was somebody. I eat for survival a lot.
Right.
Where like,
Yeah, I'm with you.
the taste is like, okay, if I can bear the taste, I'll eat it.
I think we all eat for survival. Wait, hold up. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm like,
I know
well,
what
hold
you're
up.
saying, but no.
I know
There's
what you mean.
people that eat for the fuck of it a lot. Like,
Yeah.
they be like, I'm full, but yeah, I'm still gonna eat that. How you full and you can still
Okay,
eat?
I see what you're saying though. You eat just when you're hungry.
Sometimes
Basically, like-
I'm eating this to be like, okay, I know what kind of fiber and
I need to eat.
iron is in it.
Healthiness. Right.
And I don't mind the taste. I don't desire the taste or crave the taste, but I'm gonna eat it because I know, like maybe I've been off for a little couple days on my nutrients, so I'm gonna eat that shit.
Right.
I'm eating because I know I gotta eat and I should eat right. But there's people that just eat just for like just purely taste.
Yeah.
This actually I think
Man,
most people
I
eat
go to
for
sleep with my
you know
snacks.
what?
I'm
That's
one of them
a-
fat niggas at heart. For real.
That's a
heart-
Yeah, for real.
to balance it out with the working out.
Go to the gym, yeah.
Yeah.
If I didn't go to the gym, bro, I'll be like, bro, what?
Yeah.
I look like Barney, nigga. Yeah, if I ain't go to the gym, bro, I'll be. That's why I got to balance, bro.
Hey, yo,
and that's the challenge that I love. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Barney,
like,
bro. I've
you know,
never
eat what you
somebody
like,
said
do what you
Barney.
love, but you got to go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you got to make that. If I didn't go to the gym, I couldn't enjoy eating like that because eventually I'll hit the mirror and be like, oh, fuck, bro, I got to slow down. But I balance it so well that I'm like, yo, throw me another Reese's. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, you know what I mean? Throw me, like, give me a
Throw me out
honey
a
with the white
Reese's
frosting,
Pieces.
no
With the
diddy.
white
You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, yo, man.
See,
I'm
you
like-
would have had a harder time than me then, because you couldn't.
Yeah.
At that time, you couldn't work out.
Yeah.
You physically couldn't work out.
Yeah,
I couldn't hold my own body weight or nothing.
Yep.
So you would have just been like, damn, I can't even work this shit off.
And you want to know what's crazy? Yeah, I went through a similar incident. Right.
know.
I went through a similar incident, not my jaw wire shut, but I broke my arm and I was playing football and stuff. And yeah, I became sad because I couldn't participate no more. I was high school, had dreams going to college. So life alters, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we survived through it. And that's the beauty of it because it's like now you come back even stronger. And it's like the thoughts and the material you now that you're blessed with.
It's bizarre because I'll have talks with people who were there at the hospital and shit like that and be like, they'll try to be like, not try, but like they'll be real serious about what their experience was. And I'm like, for me, like I want to make a joke because it's like, well, shit.
It's your perception, yeah. Your
I survived that shit. Yeah,
yeah.
like, I could look back at my old clips and be like, damn, that was crazy, but like, look at me now.
Right.
That's
in a
how I feel.
positive light though,
In a
yeah.
positive light,
because
yeah.
you're supposed to have that.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because and take that shit as you doing in your direction. Yeah.
It's like with 50.
Yeah,
when
because
he
you don't
came
play
out,
with it, yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, he got shot 9 times. But like you see his energy is like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's almost to the point where it's like, damn, I kind of wish went through some shit like that so I can feel invincible.
Yeah.
So after that is like, shit. Yeah, I had my jaw. People telling me, the doctor was saying like, yeah, his jaw was falling off his face type shit. So for me to go through that, on top of the brain hemorrhage,
Right. And the lungs.
collapsed lungs, the fractured hip,
Yep.
the cut up knee,
Yeah.
sprained ankle, I had, even after the hospital, I had I forget what it's called, but the superficial clots in my veins from the IVs and stuff.
Right.
And it probably really had a big deal with when I was coming off of sedation, trying to get rid of the, I'm not in my right mind, so I was trying to get rid of the IVs and they had to hold me back and stuff. So I think that just caused trauma to my veins.
Yeah.
That was kind of the scariest part because I'm like,
Really?
I ain't never had no issues with my veins.
Right.
And it when I fully extended it,
Yeah.
it would hurt, like it would sting.
Yeah.
She was like, yo, I need this shit to go.
Yeah.
But part of that was like I needed to drink more water too. Having your mouth wired for 6 weeks and you're drinking all your food, you're
don't wanna
not
drink
thinking of water the same way you usually do. because I'm drinking everything.
Right.
So I'm not thinking I need
So you're
water.
like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah. But there was a
like
realization after like 3 or 4 weeks. It was like, oh shit, I'm not really drinking water like I used to.
Right.
And I'm a water drinker.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I need to make a conscious effort of drinking this water so I could flush out the stuff that was in my veins and stuff. So it was like, yo, it's a lot to consider.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now I'm like,
That was a hell of a time.
it was a hell of a time. And my perception on it is way better, way more positive than the people who were on the outside watching in and watching.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, damn, that shit was me. I went through it and I'm still good.
How much of your recovery do you think was mental?
Like,
And before you answer that question, because I got to jump in and hop in, because your perception is really well and really great. Because, like, I'm gonna say this: we all go through different traumas in life. Like you said, you looking at the other person, they like this, and I'm sitting here like, yo, what? I'm good. So you have a great perception and great mentality towards tragic moments in your life, which is great. And with that mindset, it's going to take you very far places because it's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So I believe everybody out there who's going through trauma and going through tough situations, that is specifically your story, and you need to pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? And don't allow it to weaken you, but allow it to get excited because you survived and you still here and you still got it. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So
how I feel.
that's beautiful.
First of all, what really helped too was the village that was around me. Mello was such a key piece. He knew me in different ways that other people, like my family wanted their, like, this is my son, this is my brother, this is my whoever. I want my time with, like, this is a delicate situation. But Mello knew that, like, I want to reach out to outside of that to his friends and his loved ones that he know that would never know about the situation until, like, later.
Right.
He let them know, like, yo, this is what happened. Come to the hospital. Because I'm the type, I realized after the situation, I want everybody at my funeral. Even if you maybe you don't like me like
y'all
that.
niggas man, know that man,
But you
just
felt
my
me?
funeral. Y'all niggas better.
Right, like,
Drake don't want niggas there. He said, I want everybody, yeah. That's a deep thought.
Even if you don't, like, you didn't, like, you was hating whatever, but, like, when the accident happens, like, or when the death happened, whatever, way down the line, and he was like, damn, that is sad, pull up. I want the world, everybody who knew me, to pull up to my funeral, because it's like,
I'm the real ZellyZel.
You made an impact. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what.
I'm not here for the small shit. I want to do big things.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want my
You
funeral
doing
to be
big
big as
things, yeah.
possible too.
And because believe me, there were people that I did not care for that were friends with him.
Right.
I did not care for. But it wasn't about me anymore, it was about him.
Right.
So I made sure that this was happening. Just so you know, he's in some shit right now. So just to let you know, if you want to.
My family was like, yo, Mello, come on. Why you tell all these people basically?
But no, like.
But things I knew that's what he would want.
That's what I wanted.
So I know, because if we're being real, because I know, like, I would probably had a camera in there, because that's probably what he would want too.
Right.
So
I would have loved it.
I would have loved for real. But obviously I ain't having his mom kick my ass, bro. I'm not doing that.
But y'all documenting now, like,
we documented what we could,
what we could have,
and that's the beautiful thing. It's coming together.
Not to be morbid or anything, but there's a proverb that says, "Better is the day of one's death than the day of one's birth," because at the day of your death, you've made a name for yourself, whether it's a good name or a bad name. Yeah. But it's like, when you're born, it's like the people that your mother celebrates, maybe your father, if your family's together, and the immediate family. But the impact that you have throughout the course of your life weighs when you pass, and it's a village.
Right.
Sometimes it's more than the village.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a kingdom. Sometimes it's the world with certain people.
That's what I'm saying.
And I get what you're saying about.
I want everybody to feel welcome, because, like, at that point, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have been a bitch while I was live to me, or you might have been like just a hating ass motherfucker, whatever. But
And you are.
deaf things change.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who I always want to embrace, like, shit changes.
Yeah.
Even when I'm 92, I hope I'm still. I know myself. Of course, I always want to know myself, but I think there's always going to be phases of you soul searching. I think probably even in your 90s to some degree. You gotta you never been 90 before.
You should.
Right.
So how could you treat yourself in 90s when you was like how you was like in the 60s and 50s. You a whole different age, so you gotta reinvent yourself a little bit. So I'm like, I want to also honor that. Like if I'm going or whatever, or when I'm going, that's people that like wasn't too big. Like their perception could change.
Yeah.
So just come and like even if it doesn't, come see how my village is.
Right.
And that it might not change you, whatever, but like at least you could see like I'm loved. Shit. And I gave love. And you can see it in this room.
And embrace it, yeah.
Yeah, embrace that shit.
Spread it, yeah.
I don't want it to be normal at all. I don't want to be regular. No,
Right.
we're not regular. Shout out.
Shout out O. Shout out O.
Shot by Honest, right?
Yeah.
Shout out on
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was an interesting experience. So now we ready. We ready to kind of like just let people know or let people see what we've been working on. I actually dropped the song called "What a Day" today.
Okay, it dropped today. Yep.
That's about to
Tap in.
Yeah, it's called "What a Day." Look up "What a
You
Day."
drop visuals too?
DSPMello.
Oh, that's what I'm working on right as we speak.
Soon as the visuals done, we're gonna drop that. But the song's out there if you want to hear it.
Let me know. We might. I don't know when this video is gonna come out. Yeah. If you're done with it, let me know. I'll put like a 30-second clip of it and then link it.
I'll be beautiful.
in the pod.
It'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
It'll be beautiful.
Remember this later, Jonathan. Talking to yourself, editing.
Johnny, go.
Okay.
No more chilling, no more hanging out. Don't you even fucking ask me what my day's about. I'm getting to it, I'm a student. Every lesson has a blessing if you find a way to use it. I think life is so amusing. The only way I get through it is making beautiful music. You should've known, you should've known. I'm here to stay, I'm coming home. There's so much to say, it's way
That's my guy.
But even during the process of him being like kind of out of it, we're still planning of what next year is going to be. So like it didn't really stop. Like it stopped like a shooting for a time, but like not of like planning ahead. We're still very much all right. We can't do this now, but we can do it later on in the year or beginning of 2025.
Staying in motion until we get to that part.
Yeah, staying in motion.
Speaking of motion,
and I seen y'all had and you had Trey up here too.
Yeah, Trey B45. That's my guy.
Y'all had the young niggas.
Confessions remix. I'm on that.
That's the team.
Shout out Trey B45. Why not us?
and JB,
Yup.
JB as well.
Yeah, JSB 2 Reels.
Yeah, man, they're all moving,
content creator. Shout out my man.
Out content with consistency.
Yep.
And I want to give
Shout
O
out
a
all
shout
the
out
greats,
real
man.
quick because O is literally one of the, because he's 18.
Yeah, young talent.
But with a 30-year-old mind. I swear. Because
great parents.
His parents did a great job raising him. And I like he has an ability to be around people who are his age, 25 and 30 and 40s. That is such a rare thing to do for him to have.
At his
high maturity.
At his age. High maturity. Yes. And every time we're at like a college football game, he's better than every photographer there. Like it amazes me how good he is.
And he's fun.
Shout out Shot by O, man.
He can shot. He had a distinct style he has, man. Like man, like I remember before I wouldn't ask a lot of him because I was like, I don't want to put too much on his plate. Now it's like my biggest compliment, I ain't worried about him. He good. He'll figure it out.
And y'all are moving like a team.
Honestly, like the train are a younger version of me. So.
Right. Like there would be more places if they had more of the age.
Yeah, they're just too young.
They're just too young
together.
They're just too young.
For everybody. Patience.
But you guys are paving the way. Now, I got a question for you. You have another page,
yes,
right? A new Instagram page. Is it newer?
Yeah, no Diddy. What is it? Dark skin Prince.
We're talking about different things.
So, so it's the so me and my friend who his name is Ron.
Okay.
He's a director. We have a production company together. It's called West Next Production Company. Yes. And so we've been planning in the works for that for the last 2 years. So we finally started posting more on it. It's just the fact that like I was trying to combine DSP and What's Next. How I could, because selfishly I was trying to build my own kind of thing.
I mean, we're all trying.
Yeah, to build my own kind of thing while trying to see, because me and Ron, we have two different styles. So we were trying to, because he's very film oriented. He's a director. He's his ability to write is his greatest gift. He can write a movie, a film, literally in a day. I think that's amazing to me how he can do that. So now the fact that we're more on the same page the last couple months of like, okay, we're working with more artists together, more people together. You know, we got hired to do some reality shows, stuff like that. So yeah, so his ability, man, like his mind just works so quick. He's an amazing. He's more like introverted. Like I'm more of an outrovert. So I think that's kind of why we're good together. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And he's more of a long thinker. I'm more of a quick thinker. So we balance each other out very, very well. So yeah, we've had that page for a minute. We just haven't been able to post on it as much. So because we haven't worked together as much as we wanted to. But now that's changing a lot. So yeah.
Now you do a lot of. I found that the most attention grabbing content on the internet is short form, and you're really good at telling a short story in a brief amount of time. Have you spent much time creating longer form content, and do you like plan on doing that?
So yeah, absolutely. Like I've it's hard though, because I've always just focused on like, how can I get somebody's attention in a short amount of time? Like how can I get somebody going throughout the first 5-10 seconds?
Right.
And so I would love to do longer format stuff, but that's what kind of Ron is for. Because Ron is, I'm like, I think one of my best qualities, I know what I'm good at.
You talking about Shot by Ron?
No, not Shot by Ron.
Shout out Shot by Ron. No.
His name is on the internet it's called his name is Just Ty. Okay. So we call him Ron because there's a lot of Rons that So
Tyron.
Yeah, Tyron.
He was at the Music Fest too, right? He came later.
Yes. He won with the Locks.
Yes.
Won with the Locks. Yeah, won with the Locks. And he again, like, so he's better formatted for that. Okay. I'm more formatted as of right now in like the short form, because Ron, he's great at that. His writing, his ability. I would honestly, I think Ron, if you gave him the budget you give the directors that make movies, he would get all of them. He would beat all of them because of how his mind thinks. Like Ron's mind is. I really believe if you give him any budget with any director, Tarantino, Jordan Peele, you name it, Ron will be right up there with him. It's really just a matter of opportunity with Ron.
That's right. Yeah, the right time.
He's that good. Only thing that will get in his way, he'll overthink at times. That's the only thing. But as far as his ability, you can't question his ability. Ron's ability is that good. So as far as the long format stuff, I would leave that towards him for right now. But the short format, like, yeah, I've kind of done a pretty good job with that. But I do want to enter more into that. I just got to allow my mind to kind of go more.
You want to enter more what?
Like he was asking about like kind of like the longer. He said I've done well with the shorter format videos. So like the longer format videos, I do want to do that eventually. But I want to create a demand for that.
Right.
I want people to like want to tune in for a longer format video. I don't want to just do it and nobody watch it.
YouTube.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. That's very, very true.
Yeah, word.
Because honestly, you have a nice sized audience that will continue to grow on Instagram, and that's where you draw in.
Yeah.
But where you keep them is YouTube, and where you monetize it is YouTube. Because YouTube honestly has the best monetization for any type of.
I've always been hearing that from people.
It's almost now it's gonna be easier for you than someone like me or Todd, because of the type of content you create. It translates from the reels to shorts very well. It does. And then shorts is how you reach the wide audience. And then you have a lot of beautiful looking people in your videos.
Absolutely.
And video content.
Absolutely.
People love to look at beautiful people.
I
love to look at beautiful people. I'm sure you guys love to look at beautiful people too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And then you have, like I said, you have a way of telling that story. Like the clip you dropped, I don't know if it was last week, but you had like some clips from Miami and you had some other things. And I don't know if it was Deja in it who was doing the smile. Who was the one who was doing the smile?
Oh, that was our friend Jennifer.
Jennifer?
Yeah, I dropped it a couple days ago, actually.
Yeah.
Jennifer, yeah.
So in that clip, I might put a little clip of that in this edit right here. Like it draws you in.
It captures you in. Yeah.
So if you're doing that, and honestly,
when she was doing this,
like
shout out,
like
Jennifer. We love you, Jennifer.
All of those types of clips are what, and the way you edit it, the speed of the edit, like that's what draws people in. And I realized the thing is, and it's the same with your music too. we have to flood the internet. You have to, the people who know you are going to get sick of you. But you want them to get sick of you because that's the only way
you're gonna get
people are going to see you. Because I seen Dear Silas do it when he had.
Oh yeah,
Dear Silas had that one song and that one dance. He was doing it.
But yeah,
I ain't stressing today.
I ain't stressing today. Hey, I can't remember what type of dance it was, but I seen that a lot.
Next thing you know, Lupita Nyong'o is on Good Morning America doing I ain't stressing today.
Right.
I'm like. Just because every single day
spreading.
Now he did not care that his mama and his brothers and his sisters and his aunts or whatever might have been like, why are you still posting your song 30 days in, 6 months in, still posting the same song, not new songs, the same exact song. So me seeing that, Dear Silas do that, or King Green right now, he has a song talking about $1 million in the bank. And he has little content where he critiques raps in between, but he's always drawing you back to that song.
Right.
And it's like, and Tyler, the creator, said it best. He was like, I put my heart and soul into this song that I made, that I spent months on. You think I'm just going to post it on my story one time? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Only one time, and then maybe hopefully you see it? No. He said, I'm still reminding people about a project I dropped a year ago on my Instagram right now. So it's like, we all need to get over ourselves when thinking like, oh, well, they don't want to see it. You don't know. People play COD every day.
Put it out there, yeah.
COD is the same game. Mm-hmm. People play 2K every day.
Same game.
2K has been the same game for the past 12 years, bro.
It's 2K11.
It's not different. It's not. The only thing they upgrade is player models, and that's barely.
And the sweat.
Right. They just add sweat in the trailer, and then they take the sweat away from the ultra. But it's like it's the same game. People like to see the same thing over and over again.
Right.
And I know it sounds really weird. Like you can make minor tweaks and stuff like that, but they need to see it.
I totally agree because I like nothing you're saying I'm disagreeing with. It's just I was thinking in my head, you saw the word out of my mouth. Like as far as because to me, I've always believed like somebody who's really like their talents up here, but their mind will be down here. Yes. Like that to me, like but if somebody's mind is up here, the skill is down here. I'm always gonna go with this person because the skill is gonna catch up with the mind. Yes. The mind is the hardest thing to convince somebody to like kind of reach out. This could take years. Yeah. 15, 20 years.
Some people never get there.
Some people never get there off their mind. But the skill is up here, but they don't know that. Yeah. Like, because in the beginning for me, my mind was up here, my skill was down here. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm slowly getting there eventually, because the skill's gonna catch up if you have the mind for it. Right. But some people do not have the mind to catch up with the skill. Yeah. So, yeah, like, once you have that in mind, like, yo, I'm gonna post. Yeah. Regardless. Whether people like it or not, they're gonna get tired of me. So I got to tell myself that too, of like, because I was gonna post today, but I was like, I don't know if they want to see it today.
But you posted on your story.
Yeah, yep.
You working, you in motion.
Yeah, in motion. So that's a hard learning curve, man, to kind of get around that corner and be like, yo, listen, I don't care if I'm bothering anybody. Mm-hmm. They're gonna see my work, like it or not.
Yeah, it's like you said before. Don't care what other people
don't care.
You cannot care what other people think, because you know what somebody else said. It was like some soundbite that's going on YouTube. They were like, why are you posting so much? You only got like 5 likes. He's like, well, I made 5 people happy with those 5 likes. And then someone else took a visual and they're like, this is what 5 people is, right? They show you 5 people. This is what 100 people. You got 100 views. This is what 100 people is. Then it's like, this is what 1,000 people. You got 1,000 views and you're complaining about 1,000 views. There's 1,000. This is what 1,000 people looks like.
Exactly.
And they all looked and liked your thing.
Yep.
Now we're talking 10,000. Now, in the grand scheme of things, that seems small compared to somebody who maybe have 100,000 followers, 1 million subscribers, right?
That's why you can't.
But it's like, do you realize? For example, we want to the One Life podcast. Has just reached over 100,000 views, and we've only been posting consistently.
The One Life podcast
on the One Life podcast channel. Before, we were posting on Todd's personal channel. Now we're on the One Life podcast channel. We got our own channel thanks to
Johnny Goat.
Not thanks to me. Thanks to
JSB Too Real. You talking about Josh?
JS2B Real. Is it B2 Real or B2 Real?
JSB Too Reels. JSB Too Reels. Yeah.
I think that's it.
JSB Too Reels, yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
So thanks to Josh. Because Josh put the pressure on us. He was like, no, I wanna tag the One Life Podcast Instagram page. I wanna point him to the One Life Podcast YouTube channel. And I was like, all right, bet. That weekend, what did I do? I went and made the One Life podcast page
Johnny Goat, yeah.
and the YouTube channel. And now, like, we've had for as much as we've done, we've put a lot of work into it. But to say there's 100,000 times people have tuned into our channel to watch. That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's gold, man.
That's awesome.
Stay patient. I say don't watch the numbers. I tell you, know what I mean? Like it's
I'm
good to
all
look at them
about those. No.
and you know, and to be like, oh wow, and see your improvements. But just put your head down and work.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna come. It's gonna come back to you. That back end is gonna. It's just a matter of time. Stay patient. You know what I mean? Put your head down. Go grind. Have fun. You know what I mean? We having fun. One Life podcast. You know, you shooting your pictures. You in the studio. You behind the mic reading your books. Voice. We having fun, you know what I'm saying? And in due time, something's gonna give. You know what I'm saying? It's all positive energy and things that we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I totally agree. And like you said, like just don't compare. Don't look at the numbers, man. Just gotta stay in. And it's hard. I'm not saying it's easier said than done, especially when somebody's doing well.
Be the
stuff like
superstar
that.
for your family.
For your family.
For sure.
You know.
You're a bitch, bro. Stop being so hell bent on your feelings, my nigga. Just if it's what you doing, like you gotta go through the gauntlet, my nigga. You gotta go through the ups and the downs. Bro.
Tell them.
Yeah, because to me, like nobody succeeds with just a straight path the entire time.
Yeah,
right.
Come on, son.
Yeah.
Fucking Michael Jordan got cut when he was in his freshman year, or whatever.
Your junior, yeah.
Like, you
He
think
couldn't even get to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's like, yeah, like how many NBA players could say that?
If he would have
That
stopped,
happened to him.
he would never be MJ, right?
I'm sure he didn't
23.
feel great about that.
No.
So you gotta take your loss sometimes.
Take it
Sometimes this
personal.
shit gonna hurt. Like,
Hey, took it personal. You took it
That's
personal.
exactly right.
took it
That-
personal,
When
yeah.
those failures happen, you learn from it. You take it personal, and you use that as motivation.
Yes, sir.
People use those as roadblocks, and they're like, "Oh, I must not be good enough." It's like you're not good enough right now, but you can be.
Yeah. Cause shit, I mean, I thought about quitting twice.
So
I ain't
Pete,
gonna lie.
right? Yep. So we about to wrap it up. We've been here for a while. This has been a great episode 31. So I came up with this segment, right? And it's called the "Oh shit" segment. So I want to ask you first. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then we'll ask ZellyZel. So what has been your greatest "oh shit" moment, and what has been like your most devastating "oh shit" moment?
Oh shit, moment as far as happiness or just anything, or it's like
Yeah. Throughout your journey as a photographer on your way to success.
okay,
yeah.
all right, I'll give you one. So when I committed to this full time, I was working at Amazon, and I was driving a truck, and I was just sick and tired of this shit. I was like, bro, they're paying me cockroach money, bro. Like, I don't want to do this no more. So I just quit, and I shouldn't have quit because I didn't have a job lined up, and I was and I was sporadically doing video, but I didn't have some clients, but not a lot, and so I just quit, and the job said, yo, you could have just given your 2 weeks, but I told him, like, if you fired me, you wouldn't give me 2 weeks to find a job. Mm-hmm. So like, no, I'm not giving you no 2 weeks. So and I told my mom, like, Mom, I quit my job. And you know how black moms be.
Yeah. What?
They give you
Them bills is coming.
Their bills is coming. I'm like, and I'm like, I didn't want to hear nothing. So literally on the way home, Q calls me, and he was like, "Hey, DSP, what are you doing tonight? I need you for a booking." And that literally became the rest of my
Wow, that's
so
crazy.
now I
Yep.
started working with them for weddings.
Shout out DJ Q,
16.
yeah.
So that was everything was for a reason.
Yep.
So
Amen, all the
that
time.
was kind of
Talk
an
about
old,
timing.
like, that was an old, like literally the day of, that was an old shit moment.
Yep.
So that was dope. Of like, all right, and I took advantage of the opportunity. Like I wasn't even ready to do videography, but I got ready.
Mm-hmm.
Video stuff like that. So that was an old shit moment as far as like dope
In a great way.
great way.
Now,
Great
and
way.
what has been one that you was like, oh shit, because obviously you got over it. We hear, it,
I'm trying to think. I definitely had those feelings of devastation. Let me see.
forgot your camera parts or something, like you dropped your camera, broke your lens.
No, I would say devastating would probably be, so I applied to go to be a St. John's videographer for the basketball team. And it was the top 50 people. I was down to the final 5. And I got down to the final 3. So it was me, this other black dude, and this white girl. Let me tell you, this, I don't know her name, but this white girl, her work was amazing. Her work was top tier. I was like, yeah, I would have hired her too. Shit. Like, I mean, like, no, I was hurt, but it wasn't like I should have won it. No, she should have got it. I'm very self-aware that she was better than me at that point in time. But I'm not gonna lie and say that didn't hurt. That definitely did hurt because I love basketball.
Gotcha.
I love shooting basketball.
So somebody else got the spot over.
Somebody's got the spot,
and you got over it.
I got over it. I got over it.
It made you even better.
Yeah, you know. But no, I won't say it don't stick in my craw a little bit. Of course it does. But it wasn't out of like I deserved it. She deserved it more. Her work was really that good. I was very, very impressed. Like I found out. Like I think I reached out to her on her Instagram. I was like, listen, your work was amazing. Like, best of luck to you. And I truly meant that. Because if somebody's better than me, I have no problem saying that.
You got it. Iron sharpen iron.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron.
ZellyZel, what has been your biggest oh shit moment, like good and bad? And not even bad, because I just like to say devastating. You know what I mean? Because we get over it.
I feel like you talked about one of them already.
Yeah.
The car accident was crazy, but yeah, like within that, it's like, yo, time was passing, and I'm looking at shit. I'm looking at dope stuff. We'd have had a photo shoot that was just recently done, what I did with Deja, and then
you can post it.
I couldn't, like, because we keeping up with the timeline of when I'm gonna release stuff. Like, we trying to control that, and it's like I couldn't be a collaborator on that. And I'm watching this dope ass fucking photo shoot getting passed around. I'm seeing people on my story reposted to their story and shit. I'm like, damn, but I couldn't really engage with it how I wanted to. Even seeing like, come up here and trade. I wanted to engage in it, but I'm like, nah, I'm not taking the time to like back off. But like, I mean, I feel like, yo, for real, for recent shit, like, yo, the oh shit moment was when the first day I went back to work after the car accident, bro.
Oh.
My manager, somebody spit on her in the face, like a customer. I forgot. We ain't gonna talk about the job because we don't need to talk about the job. You know what I'm saying? The job is what it was. But yeah, the first day back to work, my manager somebody came through and spit on her face.
And why was that oh shit to you?
Because I'm like, damn nigga, like I've been inside for a minute. This is what outside is, bro. I'm like, bro, like this, I didn't miss none of this shit.
No.
Fuck. But oh shit moment, like it's gotta be in a positive way. It's definitely been the fucking fashion show in February in 2024.
Yep.
That's been a door opener and just a total epiphany, like mind fuck in the greatest way. Like, oh my God.
Yep.
We're only gonna be, look, you wanna stay local, you wanna be local, stay local. Yeah. You wanna be bigger than local?
Travel.
You don't want to be
2.
Yeah.
You don't want to be local? Well, guess what? You gotta go outside local areas.
You can't be the biggest. You don't want to be the biggest fish
in a small pond.
A small pond, bro.
No.
Right.
It's not it. Yeah. I'd much rather be the small fish in a big pond.
Yep.
Because then there's room to grow.
Yeah.
There's room to grow. There's no room to grow when you're the big fish.
100%.
Right. So like,
dope.
That would be my answer. Yeah.
Dope. Next question. We're gonna end it on this one. So, all of our talented guests that come to the One Life podcast, we ask this question. What is some great advice that you could give the world and our followers out there watching who are chasing their journey on their way up to living a successful life in this one life? What is some great positive information
First of all,
that you could give them?
Take a fucking L, bro. Stop being pussy, bro. You take a loss. If some shit don't work out, stop treating it like it's the end all be all. You're not saving a life with one thing. You're not dropping one thing and thinking you're going to save your career in your life. This is a process, bro. It might take 5 years. It might take 10 years. Just be willing to be down with the process and learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just learn how to take an L for real. Develop some kind of thick skin. It don't have to be a thicker skin. But you got to be able to take some negative with the positive. You can't have it all positive. So that's my shit.
That was great right there.
I don't know how I follow that, but I would probably go with a little bit of what you said, but more of the point of like closed mouths don't get fed. Like speak, like because he was telling me yesterday how like he's impressed with my networking ability the other day. Like you got to be able to speak to people you don't know. You don't know what you can get out of somebody who might be willing to help you. Or reach out, y'all can collaborate, do something. So I would probably say, if you're in a room, don't just be in that room just to be quiet. Then what's the point of you being in that room to begin with?
Right.
If you're in that room, make the most of it. Because I always say in that fashion thing, we knew one person, and that was filled with 500 people. But by the end of the show, we knew half them people in that room.
Amen. Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
It was like he had more role than I did. I still left that shit with 30 followers, bro. It's crazy. Like, I was still sending people my phone clips and just talking.
Did your numbers when you did your numbers?
I think I had left that night with 100+ followers that night.
It's not like we in these places all the time feeling like, all right, bet this is what I'm gonna do, and I feel so confident doing it. No. It's like a little weird. It's like, I don't know this person, but
the experience.
I don't really want to ask him to take a picture. That seems like such a not lame shit to do, but like it just seems such a Gen Z thing to do, whatever. Yeah. But it'd be like, but I'm here to network, so fuck it. I'm just gonna go through the awkward shit. And usually,
when in Rome,
most times out of like 9 times out of 10, the other person feeling the same way. Yeah. And they will appreciate it if somebody just comes out of the shell and be like, oh, you know what? Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. Yeah. Yep. Let's break the ice a little bit.
Yeah, man, break the ice because they feeling the same way you feeling. Yeah. Just, go there with a purpose. If you're gonna go somewhere, make the most of the opportunity.
Don't coddle to them feelings that be wanting to keep you locked in all the time.
Like
sometimes you just gotta understand you're uncomfortable, and so is that person who made $1 billion or $1 million or who's in that spot that you want to be.
Right.
Yeah, and
just went forward.
It lasted because I know because A$AP Rocky said this. Like, when has it been cool not to try?
Try,
like try. Right? Like I'm like, because I'm outgoing and shit. I'm gonna make somebody know me up in this thing.
Yeah, that's why I tell people all the time. Like, I'm afraid to be stuck working these 9-to-5 jobs for the rest of my life. So that's what motivates me to on my days off to make shit happen. Yeah.
Bro, I quit in the middle of my shift. That's how done I was with 9-to-5.
Yeah, you were determined on your vision.
I was determined on my vision, and I was like, yo, I'm not like I can't, and we're not knocking 9-to-5s, by the way. Let me just say that.
No, get them bills paid, man. No, it's not. Take care of your family. Go get them bills paid.
Like, there's nothing wrong with 9-to-5s at all. Like good 9-to-5s. But 9-to-5 we talking about is no, they ain't good ones. But like
everybody got a different journey and story.
100%.
So you know what I mean. 100%. Make it work. Make it work.
Make it work for you. But for me, that would just won't work for me of what my vision is. So
that'll be another thing too. Advice.
Yeah,
is see your circumstances and move forward in the best you can do in that circumstances. Right. Just because you want your career or whatever you want like moving forward in life to be like this person doesn't mean that's the best vision for you.
Right.
If it's for stay at home with your parents for another 7 years, it's the best for your cards. That might be what you should do. Even though you don't want to, you gotta play it.
You talking that real shit, yeah.
You gotta read your circumstances and be like, what's the best I can make out of my circumstance?
Yeah.
Not every circumstance fits all, so read your circumstance and calculate and adjust to what you should do moving forward with your own circumstances.
Yep, and past 35 with no motion, switch the direction.
Modify.
Switch the direction. I'm giving them extra 5 years. I should say 30. But past 35. Can I say something
real quick? I was just thinking,
of course.
One thing I'm personally working on going into 2025, and I think this will work because I've been watching. We were talking earlier before the pod about all these content creators in the past 5 years or so that have really blown up. And one of the best pieces of advice I saw was from a creator named Mike Cakes. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mike Cakes. Mike Cakes got famous, at least from what I've seen, off of making videos of himself sweating uncomfortably after seeing like an attractive person or something that looks crazy, like attractive. You like some like viral type of clip where it was like a good looking woman or something like that. And then he would just be looking like
that whoever you explain it reminds me of that Frosty dude.
I don't know
that he be doing the chocolate frosty.
Right.
And he pour that shit on
in
his
the
face.
same realm. Or that one dude who paints himself black and dances around to Mickey Mouse. I don't know, bro. But Mike said this. Because when you see these characters, you're like, oh man, this guy's crazy. It's like, no, these people aren't crazy. Mike said, don't care about being cringe. We have this, it's just like what you're saying where when it become like uncool to try. He said, you have to do the cringe in order to like get through it. Yeah. Like you have, there's always a period of time, doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're making music, whether you're doing videos, whether you're doing a podcast, there will be cringe. Keep going.
Right.
Keep going. Because honestly, if you look at what like actors do.
Right.
They make believe. It is pretend. Like now, do they make it feel real? The good ones do. I'm sure. But most people do not start out as Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? They are at some point cringe because it's awkward. It's not quite there yet. And even if you take it out of context, it's cringe. You know what I mean? If you start performing a soliloquy in the middle of New York City, like people do stuff like that. But if you think about it in context, it's like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of cringe. But they do it.
Break that ice, yeah.
Because once you do it and you keep doing it and you get beyond the mental block of you being cringe, then you can really perform. Then you can really get to where you're trying to be.
Yeah, you're right.
But you have to get beyond the cringe.
Yeah.
You know?
The One Life Podcast.
Todd, you got one more thing, because you always ask the guests, and you always be sharing gems.
I ask everything. You know,
let me hear. Let me hear from you.
Day.
What's your advice?
My best advice to those watching out there living this, on their way to living a successful one life, man, is just have patience. Mm-hmm. Have patience with whatever you are trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because it may look like to the people on the outside watching, when you do blow up and you are successful, it may look like, oh shit, it happened overnight. But you been had that vision since you was young. You came into this world by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself, all that good stuff. So it's like, keep that vision and take the constructive criticism and stay patient. Because, like we were saying earlier, when you come across some challenges and tough moments throughout your journey chasing a career path, and you keep at it and you keep doing it, that's how you know it's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So just be patient and allow it to grow. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's it.
100%.
One Life.
One Life Podcast, episode 31. There you have it. DSPMello and TheRealZellyZel. And yeah, my boy Johnny Goat, a.k.a. Johnny Unitas, Jonathan Horne showed up today, man. This was a great podcast. Yeah, hell yeah.
You got one for us?
Hell yeah. Would you
Bonus
need a
content.
beat or something?
This is why people should watch all the way to the end.
Acapella.
We can do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get it. TheRealZellyZel.
The One Life Podcast.
Yeah, One Life Podcast. Let me
Come
talk
in
to you
here.
real quick. Let me ask you a question real quick, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever almost lost your life?
Yeah.
I could say I almost lost my life. I could breathe, I received my second chance, but now I need advice. How the fuck am I gonna live this right when I can't live this twice? I almost met my maker, but I told him, hold on, wait, I need to see Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, Africa, Malaysia, me, my Anastasia, but I'm here on anesthesia. Shit. Have you sedated, coma medicated, surgery operated, wondering will I make it? None of these seats are vacant, and patiently people wait as they stay in the crowded waiting room with their food and blankets too. Oh, Naya said it the best. I'm not your regular nigga, not your regular guest. You can feel it in my soul this way more than just flesh. I'm not your regular story, that's a regular flex. I get regular texts, people calling to check, just to wish me the best, just to say you're so blessed. I was all in distress, man, I couldn't get rest. You were all in my prayers, God don't let it be next. Man, look how I finesse, people dying for less. Man, my lung was collapsed, had a hole in my chest. All this blood on my face, all this blood I ingest. Too much time I done fucking spent, too much time I invest. I'm not done until I make it count. Till there's 7 figures laying in my bank account. There's no more chilling, no more hanging out. Don't you even fucking ask me what my day's about. I'm getting to it, I'm a student. Every lesson is a blessing if you find a way to use it. Man, I think life is so amusing. The only way I get through it is making beautiful music.
TheRealZellyZel.
The One Life Podcast.
That was deep. There you got it.
I'm proud of your boy.
The One Life Podcast, episode 31, man. Y'all stay tuned. Keep doing great things out there in the world for you, yourself, and your family, and the people around you. This is the One Life Podcast, episode 31 with DSPMello, TheRealZellyZel, and my man, Jonathan Horne, a.k.a. Johnny Unitas, Johnny
Don't
Goat.
get better than this.
We out.
Yeah.